Granny, we gotta count this rascal.
Yes, sir. We have to count every critter on the place. And hide them in the cellar, because if we don't, the Yankee soldiers will steal them.
Even a bear?
Why, you can't hardly find a bear in Georgia. Ever since Sherman's retreat to the sea.
How's this, Granny?
Danny, he can slip into the Union ranks and spy for us.
Ain't?
They'll never spot him. He'll be just one of the crowd.
Magnus Sergeant like he said, Granny.
Don't worry, Ellie. With his brains, the Yankees will promote him to a major by sundown.
It's 3 o'clock.
A born Yankee if I ever seen one.
What in the blue blazes?
Take that pig down to the cellar.
Yes, ma'am.
Ellie, you get the others down there, too.
Yes, Granny. Come on, Bessie.
No. Leave the blue-leg sergeant here. Nothing will stampede stop like the sight of a Yankee uniform.
Down in the cellar, everybody.
Granny, what's going on down there?
Nothing. Go back to bed.
You know it's 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, I do. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. There, go back to bed.
What's all them critters doing in the house?
We're hiding the livestock from Grant's army. In my granny's days, we had woods and swamps to hide in. But when you live in a hole like Beverly Hills, you gotta make do.
Come on, Bertha.
Granny, have you still got it in your craw that General Grant is alive?
Alive. And planning to attack the Culpeper plantation this morning at dawn. I heard him say so.
You heard General Grant?
I heard him and seen him. Right down at Army Reserve headquarters where Jethro went. He was smoking a big stogie and stewed to the gills.
Granny, think a minute. General Grant would have to be close to 150 years old.
And he ain't got a gray hair in his head.
Smoking, drinking man, living to be 150? How could that be?
The only way I can explain it is that he was smoking Virginia tobacco and drinking Tennessee whiskey. Where you going?
I'm going back to bed.
You mean you ain't gonna fight with your family?
I've been fighting with you for 2 days.
I mean shoulder to shoulder against Grant and his bushwhacking foreigners.
Granny, supposing that all this nonsense you've been talking is true, why would the North want to commence a fracas in Los Angeles?
So they can attack under cover of smog. This is your last chance. After the war, it's gonna go hard on you, Yankee sympathizers.
Sure do appreciate this, Miss Jane.
My pleasure.
Looks like I'm going to be on time for the board of directors meeting after all.
Did you ever find out what happened to Jethro?
Well, likely Granny's got him and Ellie out scouting for Yankees.
Does Granny honestly believe that the North is going to reopen the Civil War?
She does.
Okay, can't you talk her out of it?
Miss Jane, mules come to Granny for stubborn lessons. She vows and declares she's seen General Ulysses S. Grant over at the Army Reserve headquarters.
It's a fine time to show up with a hangover. You were supposed to be at the Culpeper plantation at dawn this morning.
I couldn't find it.
They would have taken you there from the studio.
I couldn't find the studio either.
Well, where did you get into your makeup?
Who's wearing makeup?
This beard is real?
Oh, please, that hurts.
Your beard hurts?
Even my hair is sore.
Oh, fine. You're in no condition to shoot.
Oh, yes, I am. Here, would you please? Ah, what was that?
The telephone.
Oh, wait here, either answer it or shoot it.
Colonel Blake speaking. Okay, put him on. You're in for it now. The producer is calling.
Tell Cousin Abe hello.
Hello, Abe. Yes, he staggered in here a few minutes ago. I'll ask him. Where have you been for the last 2 days?
Bull Run.
He doesn't have any idea where he's been. Really? The director just walked off the picture.
I'll have him shot.
But, Abe, you just hired me as a technical advisor. I'm a Civil War expert, not a movie director. Well, yes, I suppose I could direct the battle scene for you. I'll do it only on one condition, that I'm the absolute boss. That means your cousin with a beard ache will have to do exactly as I say. The deal? Fine. Bye, Abe. On your feet, General. Hangover Green is going to war. All right, General, this is your last ride in the car for a few days. From now on, wake up!
Where are we?
This is the Culpeper Plantation, which you are going to capture with a death-defying charge.
Oh.
They've got the white horse ready for you.
Oh, great. And not too much soda.
You're going to ride it, not drink it.
Instead of a white horse, could I have a white flag? I'd like to surrender now.
Colonel Blake?
Yes?
Yes, I'm Foster Finney, your assistant.
Oh, glad to meet you.
What can I do to help?
Well, you can send these technical fellows and all this equipment back to the studio. We're going to spend the rest of the day just rehearsing the action.
Yes, sir.
And there are still a few mistakes in some of the uniforms.
May I go back to
Get on the horse. You're the biggest mistake in uniform.
I don't know how to ride.
We'll teach you. Now, you're going to charge down that hill past the overseer's house through a hail of bullets. Gallop up to this mansion and demand the surrender of the Confederate commander.
I don't want all the glory. Why can't my aide gallop through the hail of bullets?
I would be happy to demand the surrender of the rebels, sir.
I thought I told you to change into a Confederate uniform.
The producer of this picture, my esteemed father-in-law, said I could be on the winning side.
Doesn't Abe ever run out of relatives? With old cousin Bright Eye here leading the charge, it may not be the winning side.
Nevertheless, with your kind permission, sir, I will be honored to deliver the surrender ultimatum.
Listen, Colonel, with that accent, the only thing you can deliver is a bucket of fried chicken.
Colonel Blake, I've dismissed the crew and they're loading the equipment.
Good. Now, have one of the Confederate soldiers change uniforms with Colonel Chitlin here.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. The Confederates aren't here yet. The studio bus broke down.
Oh, boy. How soon will they be here?
Pretty soon. They're coming on foot.
What a war. Get on the horse!
Hey, look coming up the street.
Confederate soldiers. It's our glorious boys in gray. Hide that Yankee, Billy?
Well, he's out of sight, Granny.
Hello, boys. Are you headed for the Culpeper Plantation?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is it?
Just up the street.
Well, you better get a move on. General Grant's likely took the place by now.
The last I heard, they won't start shooting till after lunch.
That'll give us time to get our weapons and join you. Hold out till we get there. B for Vicksburg!
Gee,
Just for me, Beauregard.
But aren't you supposed to be at that board of directors meeting with Mr. Clampetts?
I was there just long enough to learn the situation. Granny is planning to battle General Grant and the Union Army. And we Southerners must stick together in this hour of terror.
You big phony. You were born in Chicago.
South Chicago.
I know this whole thing is just a figment of Granny's imagination.
That's a golden opportunity for you all truly.
Never again will she draw her money from my bank and stuff it in her mattress. Never again will she urge my largest depositor to secede from California and return to the hills.
Granny can never forget that when she sounded the alarm, one lone, brave, magnificent figure in gray stepped forward to stand at her side, unflinching, undaunted,
And unscrupulous.
Get into your uniform.
Mr. Drysdale.
General Milburn, Beauregard, Nathan, Bedford, Stonewall, Drysdale, at your service.
Are you on our side?
I am on the side of truth, justice, honor, and victory.
That's our side. Bless you. You're the first to rally to our cause.
I even brought my orderly. Step in here, Private.
Oh, the poor boy. He's nothing but skin and bones. Have you been in prison, son?
Yes, the Commerce Bank.
Miss Jane.
Just one of the many faithful employees who begged to follow their beloved general into battle.
Would you like to have a gun?
Oh, boy, would I.
Mr. Drysdale, I owe you an apology. I always thought that you was a man that only cared about money.
Perish the thought.
And here you are, leaving your bank to fight for the USA.
Yeah. USA?
Undefeated Southerners of America.
Yes. Oh, I only hope I meet Grant face to face.
Let's drink to that.
Not for me, Granny. I haven't had lunch.
I've got some battle rations in the pantry yonder.
No, thank you.
Go get some yard bird.
There, Miss Jane, don't you like jerky?
What can I say? I work for him.
Say when, Beauregard.
Who? Oh, no, thank you, Granny. I'll just have some of your delicious coffee.
A soldier's entitled to a little nip just before the battle. General Grant drinks plenty.
Yes, that must be true.
Grant's got the only army that travels on its liver.
What's that?
The oven timer. Hey, Granny, your mini balls is done.
You and Miss Jane take care of it. I gotta fill my first aid kit.
This is your first aid kit?
Alcohol is a dandy antiseptic, especially when it's applied internally.
Granny, I got the stock fed and watered and... Mr. Drysdale!
General Drysdale, Ellie. And over yonder is Private Hathaway.
Y'all are fighting with us, huh?
Like tigers.
Well, come on, everybody. Ready to go.
Where are we going?
To lick out General Grant.
Oh, sure. Let's go. Fall in behind your general.
Okay, start the attack. Okay, send Grant down the hill again.
Rally, men! Rally! Follow me!
Congratulations. That time you almost made it all the way down the hill.
Are you sure Grant never used a buggy?
I'm very sure. Now, let's try it again. And this time, if you fall off, draw your pistol and lead the charge on foot. Now, a sniper on that roof will shoot off your hat. You fire at him, and he'll fall in those cotton bales. That'll be the cue for the cannon to open up. They'll blow off the front door. You fight your way through the rest of the Confederates, dash into the mansion, and overpower the commanding officer. Okay?
If I'm going to do all of that, I've got to have a double.
Nothing doing. It's going to be you.
I mean a double martini.
Get on that horse.
I can't keep taking those falls.
You're wearing enough padding to stop a bullet. Now mount up. And pick up your wardrobe on the way up there. And please, this time, try not to lose your hat. All right, now let's have another rehearsal. And this time with the cannon.
What's all that racket?
Sounds like gunfire.
That sneaky Grant is attacking early. What time is it, Jethro?
Attacking? Let's see. The mouse's hands is on 11 and 2. And his tail is moving down towards the 6. That means...
Never mind. We'll lose the war waiting for Hickory Dickory Dock. Take the guns, Jethro. We'll move in on foot, and we'll turn your flank. Come on, General. This is your chance.
What are you talking about?
Them Yankees brung in a cannon.
Yeah, them Confederate soldiers didn't have none.
You mean someone is actually shooting the guns, Granny?
Lead us to glory, Beauregard. And if you fall in battle, we'll see that you rest in a hero's grave.
I got this.
Look at that. He's gonna lead us with cold steel. We'll follow you into the jaws of death.
All right, everybody, back to your places. Hello, Foster. I'm coming up on top of the hill this time. I want to get a bird's eye view of this fiasco.
Everything's quiet.
It sounds like the battle's over.
That cannon turned the tide. It's too late.
Oh, what a shame. Robbed of my finest hour.
Maybe there's still some Yankees there. Let's go jump them.
Yeah. Lead us, General.
Well, it just so happens my soldier...
Never mind, Beauregard. By now, the Yankees have looted the place and moved on. That's their way.
Just let me reap my vengeance on them Blue Devils. Oh, my name isn't Milburn Beauregard, Nathan Bedford Stonewall.
Chicken Drysdale.
Our boys have rallied. Charge!
They went that way, General.
I just remembered. I didn't brush my teeth this morning.
Our side's winning, Granny.
Yeah, the Yankees are falling back.
Hey, look, yonder comes General Grant.
Rally, men, rally!
That devil! He's turning the top. Give me the gun. I wanted him alive. I ain't got no choice.
Dropped you, Granny.
Naturally.
Look, he's getting up.
I must have got him in the liver. That's what I've done, all right. It's got to be cast iron after 150 years of drinking.
My aching back.
Charge!
Granny, he's got a pistol.
Reload for me, honey.
I'll get him, Grant.
Just give him Jethro. He's mine.
Hey, that's pretty close, Charlie.
He got one of our boys.
You reloaded, Granny.
You didn't drop him, Granny.
I forgot. He's had 150 years of riding, too.
It's that Yankee cannon.
They blowed out the front door.
Let's see where they're firing from. I'm gonna capture that rascal.
Load him with mini balls, Jethro. Give them Yankees a taste of grape.
Look, Granny, General Grant's headed for the house. This rifle ain't reloaded.
Hand me my shotgun. He's tough, but this'll stop him. Bullseye.
This is an aching back.
You bake a dandy bullet, Ellie. Cover me, Ellie. I'll rally our troops and take Grant alive. Rally, boys! Set the Yanks to running! We beat them once and we can do it again! Charge on!
Well, we'd better do what she says. She's one of Abe's relatives. Charge, men!
Lost the battle, General Grant, but they're a brave foe, and I aim to save them. I've done my duty as a soldier, now comes my duty as a doctor. Here, this will keep ladyfinger's poison from setting in.
Did you say poison?
Not this stuff. Look! Just a minute. I've been through a battle, too.
Oh, I see. They were just shooting the movie. Well, look, Miss Jane, let's not say nothing to Granny. This has been the biggest thing in her life. I just hope she wasn't too rough on General Grant. She had blood in her eye when she went...
Yeah, want you to meet a old buddy of mine, General Ulysses S. Grant.
S for Shenandoah. Most beautiful valley in all the world.
Yulie, honey, why did you let Phil Sheridan plunder it like you done?
That's all right, Daisy. Don't you worry. Next time I see him, I'll have him shot.
Shall we drink to that?
Immediately.
Jane, I think the North and the South have done patched things up for a while.
Away, away.
Mr. Clampett.
How's everything down at Army Reserve?
Much better, now that I've almost finished my work on that Civil War movie.
Oh, I understand Grant and the young uns jumped right in the middle of that battle scene you were directing. I'm awful sorry about that.
It was just a rehearsal. Besides, Granny did me a big favor when she captured General Grant. Yes, he's the producer's cousin, and a terrible actor.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't let on to Granny that he was just an actor. You see, she thinks she captured the real Ulysses S. Grant.
He didn't tell her?
Well, no. You see, they had a few sips out of Granny's jug, and he wound up thinking he really was Ulysses S. Grant. Before it was over, he'd apologized for Vicksburg, give back Richmond, and promised to shoot Sherman for burning Atlanta.
Jed, it's that Yankee lover.
Now, Granny.
It's true, Jed. It was in his office that I heard General Grant planning the attack on the Culpeper plantation. And he was giving him advice.
Well, Granny, that was my job. I was,
He was outranked.
Yes, you see, I'm only a colonel, and when the general asked me for advice, it was my job to give it to him.
Now, don't go putting the blame on Yulie.
Yulie?
General Grant.
You liked him?
For a 150-year-old cigar-smoking, whiskey-drinking, south-scorching, carpet-bagging Yankee general, he ain't a bad sort.
Yes, sir. Old Grant seemed like a pretty decent sort of fella.
I paroled him, didn't I?
This has been an interesting slant on the Civil War.
What war?
He meant to say the war between the states.
It was the war between the North and the USA.
You're right, Granny, but I'm sure that Colonel Blake didn't come over here to talk about that. Let's go inside.
As a matter of fact, I came over to talk about Jethro joining the Army Reserve.
Y'all go and sit down. I'll see can I find Jethro.
Thank you.
He's a fine boy, Colonel. Strong as an ox. Good scrapper.
That's why I want him.
You ought to have seen him at the Battle of the Culpeper Plantation. Captured a Yankee cannon, single-handed. Took the whole gun crew. Stacked them up like cordwood.
Yes, I know. I was there directing the battle.
Aha! So it was you.
Now, don't forget, I was only taking orders.
You was given orders. I know General Grant wouldn't have started that ruckus. He learned his lesson when the South whooped him the first time.
Oh, well, but...
Shame on you, goading that poor old man into another hopeless uprising.
They said Jethro's going to town.
Good. I don't want him joining the Army Reserves nohow.
Why not?
'Cause it was them that was trying to get the North to secede again.
Now, wait a minute.
I'm going to write my congressman about it, too.
Oh, no, please don't do that. I give you my word, the Army Reserve had nothing to do with Grant's attack.
I'll believe that when I hear it from Grant.
Okay, you'll hear it from the general himself. But just don't write your congressman, please. I'll see you later.
There was no call to jump the colonel like that. He seemed like a real nice fella. Besides, he's a good friend of Mr. Drysdale.
That cinches it. Any friend of General Beauregard Drysdale ain't to be trusted.
General Beauregard?
Bolton Beauregard, the coward of Culpeper Plantation.
Whatever are you talking about?
He come strutting in here, wearing the gray, bragging how he'd like to meet Grant face to face, saying that his body would form a living shield to protect the flower of Southern womanhood. But when the shooting started, he turned tail and run.
Maybe he seen you didn't need him. It was just a small skirmish. Nobody hurt?
Nobody hurt. Men was falling like flies. I shot General Grant off his horse myself. If he hadn't been drinking for 150 years, it'd have killed him.
What you mean?
I hit him in that cast iron liver.
Hello?
Hello, Chicken Drysdale. This is the flower of Southern womanhood. I'm taking my money out of your bank.
I heard a noise and... Chief! A 50 should do it.
General Grant.
Steve, what happened?
Granny's drawing her money out of my bank, and it's your fault.
My fault.
Whose idea was it to dress me up in a Confederate general's uniform?
Yours.
Then whose idea was it for me to lead the charge?
Yours.
But whose idea was it to retreat?
Yours.
There you see, I'm the only one around here who ever comes up with an idea. And I've just come up with another one. Oh, Granny will love me.
What is it?
I'm taking Grant's picture off the $50 bill and replacing it with Robert E. Lee.
Hello. I just got your call. I'm back in the picture, huh?
If you'll do me one little favor.
Name it.
Go talk to Granny.
Forget it.
Oh, what's the matter?
That little woman is dangerous. She wings you with a shotgun, then finishes you off with her jug.
Well, hardly. She's mad at me. She blames the Army Reserve for that battle at the Culpeper Plantation. Tell her it was you.
Well, tell her it was a movie.
Then she'll really be mad. The proudest moment of her life was when she captured General Ulysses S. Grant.
After she shot me full of ladyfingers, I'm still picking crumbs out of my back.
She threatens to write her congressman. The newspapers will have a field day.
That is your problem. I'm not going near that nutty little broad.
Well, think of the headlines. Hillbilly millionaire ambushes Army Reserve. Captures General Grant.
Could I have an instant replay on that?
Ambushes Army Reserve. Captures General Grant.
No. The flip side.
Hillbilly millionaire?
That's the tune. Sing some more.
Well, my friend Drysdale tells me that Clampett is worth about $60 or $70 million. And a fourth of that is Granny's.
Oh, let me have that dear little lady's address.
You'll go?
Well, after all, she captured and paroled me. As an officer and a gentleman, it is my duty to report.
Oh, come in, Colonel.
Mr. Clampett?
General Grant, nice to see you again.
Good to see you, Mr. Clampett. And here is my charming conqueror, the beautiful belle of the battlefield.
Oh, did we interrupt your lunch?
Oh, my goodness. That's Jethro's pacifier.
Granny, Colonel Blake wants to talk to Jethro, so why don't you take the general and go sit in the parlor yonder?
Oh, that's an excellent idea.
General, I believe you were going to explain that the attack on the Culpeper Plantation was your idea, not the Army Reserve.
Oh, that's true. I am to blame. I'm entirely at fault.
Now, don't go to faulting yourself. Let's put it this way. You still have a perfect record.
I have?
You ain't never won a battle agin the South.
Well, Colonel, boy is all yours. He'll make you a dandy soldier.
Oh, I know that. I saw him in action. All he has to do now is take the written test.
Well, I won't be no hell to a stepper like Jethro. He's had 12 years of school and graduated highest in his class.
I'm embarrassed to even ask him to come down and take our simple little test. What's he working on?
Oh, a little problem Granny gave me. He'll have her whooped in no time at all. Boy takes to ciphering like a mule to millet. Jethro, show the colonel what you're ciphering.
Oh, howdy, Colonel.
Hi, sit down, sit down.
Well, we'd best start back here at the beginning.
Say, what are you using, logarithms?
Oh, no, sir. This here is a Blackbird number 1. Well, we commence with the figure 200. That is 2 and 2 noughts. Funny thing about them knots, by themselves, they ain't worth shucks. But you lay them up behind a number, and them rascals is dynamite. Now then, here we is dealing with years. If we is dealing with dollars, I'd put me a dot right here and throw up 2 more noughts behind it. That'd mean I had $200, but no cents.
Did I tell you? Like a mule to millet.
Am I going too fast for you?
No, but I do have to get back to headquarters. Why don't you come along with me and we'll get you started on your qualification test.
But I ain't finished ciphering Granny's problem.
Well, that's all right, Jethro. You go along with the colonel.
Yes, sir.
Tell General Grant I'll see him later.
You bet I will. Now, Colonel, about them tests, don't get your hopes up too high. You see, Jethro might not be as good at other things as he is at ciphering.
You're kidding.
Oh, he's got a natural gift for it.
You say he's had 12 years of schooling?
Clean through the 6th grade.
Oh, I see. 12 years, 6th grade. But he was the highest in his class.
By a good 2 feet.
Put that silver down. You gotta break yourself of them Yankee habits.
I wasn't... I wouldn't...
Remember, you're on parole. One misstep and you're off to Andersonville. Now, sit down. While the sassafras tea is steeping, we'll get some of these questions out of the way.
Yes, ma'am.
Now then, since your capture, have you been plotting any more uprisings again the South?
Oh, absolutely not.
Have you been consorting with evil companions like Phil Sheridan and Tecumseh Sherman?
Oh, bad boys. Bad boys.
Are you prepared to go to the soldiers' home and live peacefully with your wife?
Well, I don't have a wife.
Forget the old soldiers' home. Are you presently keeping company with any woman of the northern faith?
No, ma'am.
Then, by the power that's vested in me by the Confederate government, I do hereby extend your parole for a period of 1 more week. Rise and salute the flag.
Don't sit there, woman. Help your gallant wounded leader.
Chief, you can't fool Granny with those phony blood stains.
What do you mean, phony? When anyone threatens to take $15 million out of my bank, I bleed. When Granny hears the story of my heroism and sacrifice, she will garland my brow with a victory wreath.
Won't be a minute, you leave. Bolton Beauregard, what happened to you? Got caught in a barbed wire fence running from the battle?
Granny, I was executing a fast flanking movement.
That's true. You got the fastest moving flanks I ever seen.
Hear me out, dear lady. I left the scene of battle only to pursue the enemy.
What enemy?
Our common foe, that arch-fiend, General Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh. You've been chasing him?
Night and day. Across burning deserts, over snow-capped mountains, through raging rivers, until at last we had a rendezvous with death.
You killed him, did you?
He lies in a grave unmarked and unmourned. Though sorely wounded, I made my way back to the bank to erase from our national currency the last vestige of his evil countenance.
You will notice a new picture on our $50 bill.
It's Robert E. Lee.
Our beloved leader. And that's what I was doing, ma'am, when you telephoned and so cruelly threatened to withdraw your money. It was a terrible blow.
You think that was a blow? Wait till you get this one. Oh, General!
You called, Daisy?
Well, what have you got to say now?
I believe my dear, sweet, sainted mother expressed it best when she said, Beauregard, some days it just don't pay to get out of bed.
Well, here's your 15 million.
How do you know I had that much?
I mean, I'm toasting the people who follow you and Jeff Davis. Your faithful 15 million.
Well, up the creek and down the river, goodbye gullet and hello liver.
Oh, I'm sorry, Granny. I didn't know you had company.
Ellie Mae, you're showing your bare leaves.
I'm sorry. I was just going swimming.
There, don't scold the child. Why, she's just a baby. Healthy little thing, isn't she? I'm very fond of children.
Your beard tickles, General Bryant.
Would you like to run through it barefooted, child?
No, he wouldn't. Go along, Ellie.
Why don't y'all come out by the cement pond? It's a real pretty day.
Wonderful idea. I love to watch children at play. Take Uncle Yuli's hand, child.
Hold it, Yuli. Ellie, run along. You know, sometimes you don't act 147.
Oh, it's just when I see a beautiful girl in a bathing suit, it makes me feel young again.
Well, why didn't you say so? I still have the bathing suit that I wore in the beauty contest at Expo 97 in Bug Tussle.
You do?
I didn't win, but I was voted Miss Good Sport. You wait here. I'll be right back, and I'll run through your beard barefooted. Yulie, honey. Oh, General! Why, that old duffer. He is fond of children.
Has your daddy ever bounced you on his knee?
Well, no, sir, General.
Call me Uncle Yuli.
You're tickling me.
Well, I'm kind of tickled myself.
That silly old man wasting his time with Shirley Temple when Theda Barrer's around. Well, don't just sit there, soldier. Say something.
Put it on. Put it on.
Come on, Granny. Let's go swimming.
No, thank you, Ellie. But the General's gonna join you.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Come in.
Excuse me, Colonel Blake. But have you finished grading the test papers yet?
Yes,
Hey, was I the highest in the class?
by a good half foot.
No. Then I can join up, huh?
Jethro, fortunately, we take into consideration the amount of formal education a boy has had, and we grade on the curve, so you are eligible to join.
Hey, that's swell.
However, before I administer the oath, there are a couple of things I'd like to discuss with you.
Yes, sir?
Now, let's take your application. You're going to be filling out a lot of other forms, and I want to give you a tip.
Well, thank you.
Name, address, date of birth, that's okay. But, Jethro, where it says sex, write male, not oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Now then, on your mathematics test, you at least tried to answer every question except one. I'll read it. If A leaves Chicago for Kansas City at 10:30.
Oh, you mean that trick question?
Trick question?
Sure. It didn't say, hey, what? A bird can get to Kansas City a heap quicker than a turtle. I was too smart to bite on that one.
Raise your right hand.
Well, I sure do thank you, Colonel Blake. When do I leave for Army camp?
We'll let you know, Jethro. The reserve is pretty full up right now.
Well, thanks again. General Grant, you're all wet.
Oh, your grandmother wears army boots.
Where have you been? Crossing the Potomac?
Never mind. I kept my part of the bargain. Now, when do I go back to the Culpeper plantation and start shooting?
Right away. Are you sober enough to make that death-defying charge this time?
I have never been so disgustingly sober in my whole life. You got anything I could take for it?
Not me.
Granny, Uncle Jed.
Well, boy, how'd you make out at the Army Reserve?
I got in. I done took the oath.
Well, doggies, I'll go tell Ellie Mae we'll have us a real wingding to celebrate.
Granny, guess who I saw down there? General Grant.
That parole buster.
You ain't just a joking. He's fixing to attack the Culpeper place again.
No.
Yeah, I heard him say so myself. He's gonna make his death-defying charge again.
Fetch the squirrel rifle and the ladyfinger bullets. This time I won't aim for his liver.
Hey, look, Granny, yonder he comes.
Okay, General, I give you your chance.
Oh!
Tell me to put it on, put it on. Come on, Jethro, let's go home.
And he promised me he'd be sober.